Goodreads has this book rated at 3.9 out of 5. And no, it is not fiction. This book chronicles the fundamental years of the leader of the Green Party of Canada, Honourable Elizabeth May.
Before entering politics, Elizabeth built an impressive career as a lawyer, policy advisor, and executive director at the Sierra Club of Canada. In Parliament, her dedication has earned her recognition as Parliamentarian of the Year and Most Knowledgeable MP, an Officer of the Order of Canada, and one of the UN's leading environmentalists. She's also a best-selling author of 10 books.
One of those 10 books is right here, How to Save the World in Your Spare Time. Over the next hour, Caitlin and I will sit with Honourable Elizabeth May to discuss some of the insights gleaned from this book.
We have recorded this on the traditional and unceded territories of the Wisenek First Nations.
So in Chapter 1, you talk about most movements starting with a catalyst, a spark. For your mother, that was the threat of childhood leukemia due to nuclear testing in the 1950s. What was it like being a child during these times? Did you live under fear? What was that like?
I didn't grow up in fear. I didn't grow up in awareness of it. It was something that was there, but my parents chose to largely shield me from it, but they took except to say, don't eat the snow because it's got strontium-90 in it. I didn't know why my mother was organizing to stop nuclear weapons testing. I learned basically at my mother's knee. She wasn't university educated, she was a sculptor. My dad was an accountant. My mom was in the 1950s world, which you guys would only see now on black and white TV on very old episodes of some serial. I mean, we do not have that kind of women home, not working housewife existence anymore. But this was 1950s USA. And my mother was unusual in that seeing an article that said, scientists now think that testing of nuclear weapons in the atmosphere could cause a big increase in childhood leukemia, that she thought she should do something about that. My mom was not an activist until she saw this article about how testing nuclear weapons in the atmosphere was going to cause an increase in childhood leukemia.
Do you think seeing your mom as an activist led to your future in activism?
No doubt. Obviously, I'm very, very, very influenced by the issues my mom and dad cared about. But I'd already decided by the time I was about 10 that I was also interested in protecting the environment, and there wasn't an environmental movement really then. But I had the tools for activism from living with, not just watching, but living with and participating in these various movements that my mom was in. I just know that media literacy, critical thinking, connection, community, and love is the very only tools we've got to take them on. That was the lowest moment of feeling crushed that I've experienced as an activist, was when the industry we were fighting actually ended up taking our land. And so we lost 80 acres of land and a home we'd loved. So that was pretty crushing, but I didn't feel that basically, number one, that had happened. It's not like I could reverse it by giving up. It did solidify my sense of, and my parents' sense too, which really surprised me, of outrage and that we couldn't give up. Cool.
Yeah. So do you think moral courage is a concept that we need to talk more about in schools?
I think it's worth, I do think in schools we should talk about extraordinary change makers or heroes and really look at them as human beings and what makes someone like Martin Luther King, or what makes Gandhi, what makes people extraordinary. What allows Nelson Mandela, for instance, to have stayed all those years in a very small prison cell and never give up hope and hold on to personal courage.
Wrapping it up, in chapter 4, you talk about, the differences between a citizen activist and a citizen scientist. Do you think that somebody could be a citizen scientist and a citizen activist at the same time, or do, personality and skill come into play when determining which one?
In the citizen scientist world, be willing to put all your cards on the table and all your facts forward, not because it's a matter of faith, like I believe this, but here's the thread of evidence I have found, and that's why I find as a citizen that this is credible to me, and if we're going to be careful about our future, we better believe the warnings we're hearing from scientists about the climate crisis. So a citizen scientist knows how to use their critical thinking skills to say, I'm not going to buy into that until I've really explored it, asked other people, gone to other reference sites, gone to universities, looked at other websites, and tried to find out, or even written their MP and said, what do you think? Is this true, what they're telling me here? So a citizen scientist and an activist can absolutely be the same. Citizen activism is the heart of any democracy.